husband wouldn't be Nigeria's leader if he stayed abroad, Remi Tinubu says. Olu Remi Tinubu, that is the first lady, the wife of the Nigerian president Tinubu, is saying that her husband wouldn't have been a Nigerian leader if he stayed abroad. But the man stayed abroad now. What are we talking? He has his record in both France and the United States. So if he stayed abroad and at the time he was looking for political position in Nigeria, he came back. So does it mean that he didn't live abroad? He lived part of his life abroad. So why is this lady deceiving us? If she lived abroad till a point that he lived abroad till a point that he needed probably to be a politician in Nigeria and he came back to find his level in politics, that doesn't mean that he never lived abroad. So you can't compare that to somebody who has never left Nigeria once to abroad or who had never lived abroad before. So I don't understand why this lady is saying this. Fine, you can't be in abroad and be a president in Nigeria or a political leader in Nigeria. Okay, so for you to take a meaningful political position in Nigeria, you must come back. But that doesn't mean that you never lived abroad before. After all, the governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, lived abroad. The governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, lived abroad. Almost all of them had lived abroad, schooled abroad, worked a bit in abroad, and then came back for politics. So what are we saying? So those are in abroad now, let them also find their level, settle themselves, and if they wish to come back, then that's fine. But that doesn't mean that you should tell people never to live abroad because your husband, if he was abroad, he wouldn't have been president of Nigeria. That doesn't sell at all, okay? Oluremi Tinubu, the first lady, says President Bola Tinubu would not have become Nigeria's leader if he remained abroad. So she spoke on Monday at the Nigerian Economic Growth and Trade Summit on the sidelines of the 78th section of the United Nations General Assembly. The session was organized at the Nigerian House in New York by the Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum. Oluremi said brain drain from Africa has deprived the continent of the talents it needs to develop itself, adding that Nigerians abroad should key into the renewed hope agenda of her husband for the betterment of the country. Hey, now wow! In our various communities, we must work towards creating conditions and providing basic needs that allow people to thrive by providing access to qualitative education and enabling environment for job creation and the development of local industries will create viable economic opportunities, she said. The Renewed Hope Initiative is an initiative that we just started aimed at creating a better life for family. Wow. Our scope covers agriculture, education, economic empowerment, health, and social investment, focusing on women and the youth who are the bedrock of the society, with the youth accounting for 70% of our population and women representing 49.6% of the population. I believe that schemes which focus on empowering this demographic coupled with an enabling environment will gradually begin to reverse the negative trend of migration. The First Lady said the wives of governors must work to create equal opportunities for all in the country. Policy reforms that encourage skilled individuals to return home after obtaining educational experience abroad can help reverse the dream, she said. I know Mr. President did not tell me that, but I just want to reassure you that it is good to come back home. If he stayed here and said he liked here, I don't think he would have ever become your president. So that's a food for thought. Good, God bless you and see you soon. On her part, Olufolake Abdulrazak, chair of the Governors' Wives Forum, said the outcome of the summit should stem the tide of migration in Nigeria. Okay, so here she's arriving. Okay, so she had not refuted that they never lived abroad, but the fact that he didn't remain abroad, that's fine. But again, for now, Nigerian system is not to be trusted, and it will not be right for anyone who is trying to find his food to just abandon what he's doing because Nigeria is because of their renewed hope agenda. Right now, Nigeria is not in direction to give anybody hope. That is the truth. We need to be honest about that. Okay, things are not just good for people in the country right now, and people are looking for a way to jackpot straight up. Okay, because educational system is not working again. The business, small and medium scale businesses are not surviving. Okay, energy is not there. A lot of things. For right now, Agberos have taken over everywhere, and it's quite a very disturbing situation that Nigeria is sliding into in Nigeria. So Nigerians are sliding into right here in Nigeria. So anybody that has been able to escape, this is era for self-deliverance. So deliver yourself first, stabilize your family before you think you can come back to Nigeria. And even if you're coming back to Nigeria, you better risk assess it very well. People that did that, they paid with their lives. People that did that, they paid with their investments, they were wrecked. Everything here is going south. That is the truth. Now, if your exchange rate is not working, so you bring your dollars or pounds and bring it to Nigeria to do business, it will ground. Okay, everybody will pre on it, and it is, before you know it, is closed. Government does not have policies that support small, medium, and medium scale businesses in Nigeria. Exchange rate is bad. As of today now, it's about a thousand naira to $1 in the parallel market. That is how bad it is. So we've not seen anything. Now they are doubling taxation everywhere. They want to collect tax from everywhere, whether you're working or you're not working. They want to collect tax. They don't even want to know whether you're employed, whether you're surviving. Tax. Okay, at the end of the day, what are they doing with the tax? Only God knows, because the taxpayers are not benefiting anything from the tax they are paying. And that is how bad it is. So all these ones are just forming to be responsible. We will not be fooled. We can't be fooled the second time. Okay, we can't be fooled again at all. The first 8 years of Buhari was terrible, very terrific in Nigeria. Okay, and now this one is starting on also on a very dangerous note, with everything going south, especially means of livelihood not surviving again. So it's quite a very disturbing one. So that is what Oloremi Tinubu is saying right there in New York, encouraging the Nigerians abroad in diaspora to come back home to support herself and her husband in building Nigeria, because of the key to their renewed hope agenda. Let's see the hope first before we see the renewed one, because right now there's no hope. Now we'll talk of the one that is to be renewed. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.